Hi Flosstube, I'm Sally. I'm StitchySally here on YouTube and also over on Instagram. Today is the 30th of August 2023. I keep wanting to say September for some reason. And this is Flosstube number 58. A very warm welcome, whether you are a new viewer or a returning viewer. It is lovely to have you here. If you like what you see, it would be fantastic if you would hit the subscribe button, the like button, leave me a comment, and also hit the bell so that you know when I'm putting up a new Flosstube. So I do have quite a bit to show you this morning, so I'm going to get started. First of all, I'll show you my book of days for August. Nearly there, just today and tomorrow's stitching left. So I've stickered it up now. I think you may remember last time all I had was the A for August and this kitty sticker down here. So I have stitched every day and I have been trying to get on with Guardian, but unfortunately so far this week I've only managed to stitch on it once. So actually no, I haven't managed to stitch on it at all because that was Sunday and my week starts on a Monday. So yeah, I need to get started, get on with that. I have also been doing some finishing, fully finishing, just basically trying to keep up as I finish stitching things, trying to get them fully finished, so I don't end up with a massive pile like I did before. So the first one is this one. And this is Blackbird Designs Le Poulet from the book Ooh La La. I finished this a little while ago. I finished the stitching, and as you can see, I've used one of the pins that I showed in my last Flosstube that one of my lovely viewers sent me. Lovely package, and I've just put some chenille trim from the Works on it. It's just backed in that fabric with a 2023 charm on. As I've said before, I'm trying to use what I've got in my stash, trying not to buy more finishing fabrics. It may not match brilliantly, but it's for me, so as far as I'm concerned it doesn't really matter. And then I finished this one, which is Caterpillar Cross Stitch Royal Coronation, I think it's called, if I remember correctly. And I stitched this on a 28 count sponged blue even weave. I can't remember the make of it, but I don't think they're making it anymore. I had it in my stash for years, somebody sent me it. Sorry, excuse me. So I've just backed it in some red I'm so sorry, red starry fabric. And I've done a ruched ribbon around the edges. And then this one, and I do apologise for this one because I think this is one of the worst drums I have ever done. It's, as you can see, this isn't straight. I thought it was straight. But yeah, that's finished. I did have a bit of bother with this. I got the seam sewn up and then I had to unpick it because I'd messed up, and then I think that was probably why I ended up not getting it very straight. But it's done. I've not put a 2023 charm on this because the year is on it. And I've just popped a couple of these pins. I think Mouse sent me those quite a few years ago. And I've used some of them and still had some left. And then the final FFO, oh sorry, glare, is Tralala Douceur D'Hiver. Yeah, not very good with the French. So yeah, I finished this quite a while ago. I couldn't decide what to do with it, and then I saw this frame, went to the range, and I saw this frame and I thought, oh, that would be nice for this piece. And what I'm going to do, as I stitch the others, I've only got 2 more seasonal ones in this series. She hasn't released the summer one as yet. And I'm just going to swap them out for each season. So that's all my fully finishing. Oh, I've got that stuck. And then I have been doing, I've had a couple of finishes. So, the first one is the Be Kind Easter Sal that Beth the Steadfast Stitcher and Mary Daydream Stitcher are hosting, and Linda Lancashire Stitcher and Gail Snead on Instagram. They've both been stitching as well. Gail's finished hers and it is absolutely gorgeous. And there's mine. So I stitched this on 25 count vintage country mocha 1/1. I used the DMC conversion. Apart from one, I had one of the classic colourworks, which was Ye Old Gold. So finally got it finished. Just move in, and then you can see it all. So yeah, absolutely love that. So I do want to do the other two. In all things be exceedingly diligent and be a friend. But I don't know when I'll do those. I haven't got the charts, but one day I will have. So yeah, really pleased with that. It was such a joy to stitch. Thoroughly enjoyed it. There wasn't a single time I picked this up that I didn't want to stitch on it. So yeah, very happy with that. Very happy. And thank you Beth and Mary for letting me join in. That was a lovely sal. Really enjoyed it. And then my next finish, I forgot to bring the chart. Yeah, my next finish is with my needle sampler maker. So there's 3 versions of this that you get in the chart. So I was doing version 2, and it did have the top and bottom border on, but I decided I would have done version 3. Version 3 didn't have the top and bottom border on, but it also didn't have the rabbit and the beehive, and I wanted the rabbit and the beehive, so I've just left the top and bottom border off, sorry. So really chuffed with that. So that is on 36 count platinum linen using the called for DMC. I did just change the colours of these buds down here. They were supposed to be done in the blue, the same colour as the dress, but I changed them to a light pink. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to start next. This was the last of my 6 for 60 that I was doing with lovely Lainey and Deb Wilson Stitches and Kim, Contented Needleworker Kim. Was there anybody else? I think that was it. I know Sharon's doing 6 starts for her birthday. But I can't remember how old she is, and I don't want to say in case I get it wrong. I don't want to offend anybody. Yeah, Sharon, Magnolia and Anna. And yeah, I was stitching this on a Saturday night with my lovely friend Lainey. So I don't know what I'm going to start next. I've not made any decisions as to what I'm going to start in place of this. So I've been stitching and be kind to one another on a Sunday, and I think what I'm going to do is get some secret stitching done for a while, so there'll be less whips for you to look at. Right, so those are my 2 finishes, so let's now move to my whips. So the first one that I would like to show you is this one, The Simple Things by Emma Congdon, and this is in Cross Stitcher May 2021, which is issue number 369. And this is a sal that Joanita, Stitchy Things and I are hosting. And we have Steve from Riven Hain on Instagram, the Stitching Ewe on Instagram, Sallyann Crafting on Instagram, and Cucki Bliss. She asked if she could join us, where to get the chart from. So I don't know if she's started yet. I have known Cucki for many, many years through blogging. She is a lovely, lovely person. So yeah, she's joining us as well. So I am stitching this with DMC 798, which, as you can see, I am going to have to get some more of. I do have some on a bobbin, but I don't think it's going to be enough to finish it. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Vintage Sun by Zweigart. I'll just fold it over. See if I'll do it better. And there we are. So I have had a couple of visits from that pesky frog on this, but luckily I didn't have much to unpick. I'm not quite sure where I was the last time you saw it, but I'm working down with this tree here. I've worked all the way down to the bottom of this tree here. And I'm absolutely loving this. This is the hashtag Simple Things Sal. If you would like to join in, use the hashtag on Instagram. So yeah, that I'm just loving it, absolutely loving it, and I'm really pleased with the blue that I picked out. And it's nice to see what other people are stitching with and what fabric they're using as well. So yeah, really, really enjoying that. Sorry, being nosy. See what's going on outside. Oops. And then the next one. I have one missing. I do have one missing. I'm really sorry. I'm just going to have to go and fetch it. Sorry about that. I picked up the wrong project bag, realised I'd picked up the wrong project bag, took it back, but not picked up the right one. This is when you know you have too many project bags. So, next whip. The Long and Winding Road by Blackbird Designs, which, if you've watched me before, you will know that I am not enjoying this. It is going a little better. But if I had my time over, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd stitch it, to be honest, but I know a couple of people have said, why are you carrying on with it? Life's too short, but it's because I want the full 6 on my wall, so I'm stitching this on a Tuesday night. It's the BBD sale that I do with my lovely friends Barb and Mouse. So I'm using mostly the cold for. But just a massive thank you to Gail of Gail's Golden Needles. She sent me her conversion from when she stitched it. So I've actually swapped out a couple of the threads because I did prefer these. So it should be Old Red Paints, and I'm using 3722 instead. I think it's just a slightly nicer, brighter colour, to be honest. And then instead of, if I get it out, Antique Rose, I'm using 152. They don't show up very well. My my camera on my laptop isn't that great with colours, unfortunately, but anyway. So yeah, thank you, Gail, that was really, really kind of you. And I'm stitching it on 36 count vintage country mocha. And would you look at that? Getting quite a bit done now. There are lots of lazy daisy stitches which I am not going to do because I can never get them right, and it doesn't matter how much I'm going to practice them, they're not going to look right, so I'm not doing those. So there's still a fair bit to do yet, but there is plenty of progress there, which I am pleased about. And for once, this is one thing that I cannot wait to get finished. You know, you have those projects, don't you, that you're really, really sad when you have finished them, like And Be Kind to One Another. This isn't going to be one of them. This is going to be one of the, yes, thank God for that moments. But yeah, it's looking okay now. I am enjoying it a little bit better, but I will be pleased to see the back of it. And I have changed the colour of the door just to make the house a bit brighter, so that I did that in 3722. But yeah, I will be pleased to see the back of that. And then next one, whoops. And I'm sorry, I did forget to undo all the zips. So this one is Barbara Anna Designs Sailing Dreams. And this is my Wednesday night Barbara Anna Wednesdays Sal with lovely Sally of Flossy Sews and Grows. And I'm also doing this for the seasonal Sal, which is hosted by Lynn, the Lancashire Stitcher. And I am really enjoying this. It's the lovely bright colours in it that I'm really enjoying. So I am stitching this with the called for. I shall have my little postcard upside down. So I just write on which project the threads are in that I don't have in there, if that makes any sense, because I just feel like I'm not making any sense at all. So I'm stitching this on an unknown piece of fabric from my stash, and that's where I'm up to. So I've got quite a lot stitched actually, I think, since I last filmed. Quite a bit more to do yet, but I should have this finished before I start the autumn piece. I've got until, what, the 23rd of September, so that'll be coming out tonight. As I say, it's just the lovely bright colours, really like this. And living by the sea, it's perfect. We don't have a lighthouse, but as I say, living by the sea, perfect. Yeah, the seagulls have been very annoying actually, to be honest. You wake up in the morning and it's kind of just starting to get light, and all you can hear is seagulls. Excuse me, I'll just get a drink. Should be used to it. Lived here all my life. Right, next whip. Ooh, stuck. What have I got stuck in there? Is this one. It is Plum Street Samplers Pink House Sampler, affectionately known as hashtag Big Ass Pink House Sal. Oh, that took some getting out, didn't it? And this is a stitch along that I'm doing with my lovely friend Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher. It was our New Year's Day start. My friend Sue, she joined us with another big house, but she's finished ages ago. And And I am so far through watching your Flosstubers, Lainey. I'm so behind on Flosstubers at the moment, and I need to get caught up because my husband's on holiday next week, and I know what will happen. I'll get behind again. But yeah, I think I'm about 15 minutes in maybe. I watched so much when I was having my breakfast this morning. Hopefully get the rest watched this afternoon. Yeah, stitching this. I went off waffling, didn't I? And I'm using the DMC conversion from the chart. And I'm stitching it 1/1 on 25 count vintage country mocha. And I had a bit of an issue. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know about said issue. So last week, was it last week? Or was it the week before? The week before. I had been stitching on this. I'd started the deer. I think I'd done filled in some of the house at this side. And I just looked at my chart. No. Yes, I looked at my chart, looked at my stitching, and I thought, something's not right here. So what I'd done, I got stitched so far up the branch of this tree, done some branch, whatever. And so basically what I had was this bit down here and this bit here. So my tree wasn't tall enough, and whatever these are, don't know really what they are, but anyway. So it all had to come out. And this is, as I said, 1/1 on 25 count, and it was an absolute pig. It was going quite well for a while, and then it was just like, oh no, I'm really struggling. So I had scissors, and I had a little. I bought a thing quite a number of years ago, and it's a needle, and on the end of a needle, it's got some cotton attached to it, and then a little square thing, so that if you flick your needle when you're trying to pull stuff out, and it flies out of your hand, you can find it. But unfortunately the needle was too thick, so I couldn't use that. So it was just scissors and one of my little peacemaker needles to get it all out. So I just had to make the tree tall enough and just restitch all this lot. But it's going okay, I hope. I haven't made any more mistakes. I got the deer stitched, fully stitched, and then I carried on with this border here. So it's going okay now. We hope. But yeah, I'm quite looking forward to getting more done on this so that I can start charting the verse the verse saying whatever I'm going to use. And I don't know how I'm going to chart my mum's name, or if I'm going to chart my mum's name or put something else on. I don't know. I need to think about it when I'm nearer to getting that bit stitched, I think. And then my next whip is Stitches Through the Years Happy Harvest. And I'm stitching this with my lovely friend Barb on a Friday for our sheep stitch. I'd like to get all of these done, so I've already done Strawberry Harvest, and then I'm going to do, I can't remember what it's called, the winter one. I'm going to do that for one of my 6 for 60 during my actual birthday month, and then I'll just do the spring one later on. So I'm stitching this with all the called for colours. They're not in there, not all in there, there's some in other projects. And this is on 40 count vintage country mocha. And let me tell you, these houses take some stitching. I mean, it's not the pink house by any means, but it's still a lot of stitching. And I tend to find as well that stitching on 40 count does tend to slow me up a little bit as well. So, yeah. So nearly there with the house. I do have a pumpkin here. But hopefully that house might be finished on Friday this week. And then I can move on to either doing the wedding or the pumpkins or... And of course we have all that grass again. Why do I do it to myself? Please tell me. And I do apologise. I think pollen is affecting me. I'm having a bit of bother. Right, and final whip. I'm just going to show you. I'm not taking it out of the frame. I'm just going to show you. Is Heaven and Earth Designs Guardian. And you may remember last time I finished this page. And this is what I've got done on this little partial page here. So I'm not doing badly on it. I do really need to get going. I think now that my husband's retiring, I would have quite liked to have got it finished for when he retires, but there's no way that's happening. It's 2 months' time, so there's no way I'm going to get 4 full pages done and all the partial pages done in that time. Not unless I stitched on it solely, and I'd turn tired of it. So yeah. I mean, considering I was looking at getting it done in 2 years' time, I don't think I'm going to get any more done in 2 months. As much done in 2 months, sorry. So, that's all my stitching. I do have a little bit of haul. Sorry. Reach over there. So Pauline at Serby Bags put some more project bags up for sale. I wasn't going to buy one, and then I did. And I mean, I will be honest, it was quite a hard decision. So I got this one. Isn't that so cute? I think those polar bears are just so sweet. And there's the lovely lace on it. Little ribbon with the button. And then the inside is that print, which is also very cute. I think these are just lovely, lovely project bags. I mean, I have project bags from other makers as well, which are equally as lovely. Just like to spread the love a little bit. Yeah, so that one. And there's a lovely card in it. Cute Peter Rabbit, and a robin. Please help me. And Pauline also sent me, very kindly also sent me, a different style of bag that she's thinking of doing. And she just wanted my thoughts on it. So I'm going to show you it, and I would also actually like your feedback as well, see what you think to it. So it's this one. I love this. This fabric is just absolutely gorgeous. So it has a top zip instead of the side zip like these ones do. A lovely little rose charm on there. And it also has the handle. And there's the fabric. It's got a weld map with all the different animals of certain areas on. And it also has a flat bottom. Sorry, I'm very good at showing it. So yeah, it also has the flat bottom. Now for me, if you have a project that's got a lot of threads on floss drops or whatever, they're going to sit really, really nice in the bottom of there. And also if you have a project that's quite big and there's a lot of pages and things. I know a lot of people use Pattern Keeper and things like that, but there are still a lot of us who do still like a paper pattern. We like to print out our patterns and such like. So yeah, that I think that is. So yeah, it's be a nice roomy bag for if you've got quite a big project or a lot of something that takes up a lot of threads, or as I say, drop your floss drops in the bottom. And if you've got a lot to carry as well, I mean, they'd be absolutely ideal if you go to a stitching group or anything like that, which sadly I don't anymore. But yeah, thank you so much, Pauline. I absolutely love this bag, and I do know what's going in it when I get round to it. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts on it, and because obviously Pauline would love some feedback as to whether you would find that useful. I've got the zip stuck. Don't look, Pauline. I've got the zip stuck. Talk about she sells. No, I'm going to sort that later before I do some mischief. Right, so that's all of that. Right, I just want anybody in the UK would like this. I'm just going to flash that. If you'd like it, just leave me a comment. Just say that you'd like it, basically. It's one of the Hands Across the Sea cards that I got in with my Annie Bayliss chart. So yeah, if you would like it, just let me know. And if there's more than one person, I'll just pick somebody to have it. You use the word hands. I think that's the easiest thing for me to do it. Use the word hands, HANDS, and as I said, just in the UK, please. Right. I have got some more haul coming, but I'll show that next time. I was watching Melanie the Soulful Stitcher. Absolutely love watching Melanie. She's absolutely brilliant. Love everything she stitches, and she's so funny. And she was saying that if you keep going back to a chart time and time again, buy it. So that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be a big project. I'm not going to say what it is until I get it, but let me just say I've been talking about doing a long dog, and I am going to be doing a long dog. Not yet. It may well not be till next year. I don't know yet. Probably next year, but I'm gathering my supplies, let's just put it that way. So I've done an order with Hobby Jobby. I've never used Hobby Jobby before. I've heard people talk about it, and I've heard people have had orders from them. So I've ordered a piece of 20 count Balana to stitch this long dog on, and I've also ordered some Anchor Black threads, because I could get Anchor Black from there for 64 pence a skein, which is considerably cheaper than DMC. And I know a lot of people prefer the coverage of the Anchor Black. So yeah, I've done that. I need to order my chart at some point, but I'm gonna do that later on, I think this week. I was considering using 25 count, but I think if I have to unpick anything, then yeah, maybe not a good idea. And then obviously I spoke about not buying next year. but I know full well that if I push myself to not buying for a full year, it's not going to work. I know full well it's not going to work. So I had an email from Kirsty, Crafting Kirsty. I'm not going to talk about what she said in the email this time because Kirsty's going to talk about it in her floss tube, so I don't want to talk about it in mine until she's talked about it in hers. So it's basically about what she's been doing up to now, and I'm going to do something similar. What she said made an awful lot of sense, so as I say, I will talk about that after Kirsty's talked about it in her next floss tube. So yeah, I think I am done. I am going to go and watch this back. Well, no, actually, I think I'll wait to watch it back because I'm feeling quite peckish, so I shall have some dinner in a bit. I'll have a tidy up, then watch this back, get it uploaded. As I said, my husband's on holiday next week, probably be his last before he retires. I don't know what we're going to be doing. There's a cycle race, cannot remember the name of said cycle race. It's coming through here, so I know he wants to go and have a look at that. I know you won't see a lot, will you, because they go so fast. And then I think he's talking about going to Cadwell Park because James Whittam's got a track day, I think. He's into bikes, he's into motorbikes, motorsport in general. He likes photographing. Motorsport. I don't think I'll go with him. I mean, if I do go with him, I'll probably take some stitching and just sit and stitch. So yeah, what else has been going on? Jess has been trying to get talking therapy. Had a bit of a going on. She'd rang the number that the doctor had given her, and it was no longer that number, so she'd got another number, rang that one. Oh yes, we need to triage you and then get you in for an appointment. And then they rang her back later in the same day because she's waiting to go to the, well, she, as I said, she did have an appointment to go to the fatigue clinic and then couldn't go. They were trying to get hold of the person that she was seeing so that nothing clashed, and then she had nothing else. So she rang them again last week, got put on hold a couple of times, and then got told this isn't the number that you ring for self-referrals. So she'd been waiting 2 weeks to get sorted. But anyway, she is now sorted. She's had her triage appointment the same day. She rang a number, got through straight away, no waiting, and she's got her first proper appointment next week. So we'll see how that goes. She's cancelled her fatigue appointment clinic appointments, and she's cancelled her dentist appointments because she knows that she just can't do it at the moment. So hopefully the talking therapy will help her. It is on the phone, so hopefully that will help her get sorted. She's getting out more. She's going out for walks most days, unless she's at work. She walks to work, so and trying to sort of put herself in different situations. So we'll just see how it goes. So I think that is everything from me. I've waffled for long enough, so I will see you hopefully in a couple of weeks, all being well. So take care everybody, enjoy every single stitch, and I will see you next time. Thank you, bye.